I decided I wanted a Bulldog when I was 5 years old. There is no intelligent reason. I like the Bulldog from cartoons. The truth of the matter is, the first 2 Bulldogs I ever saw were the mother of my first Bulldog and my first Bulldog. When I was probably 5 or 6, I said to my parents, I'd like to get a Bulldog. We were a very animal-oriented family. And my dad said, sure, you can get a Bulldog, but you have to pay for it. So I saved my money. And I mean, I saved everything. By the time I was old enough to read, I would look in the Sunday papers and want ads for Bulldog puppies. I would call every single one and ask them how much their Bulldogs were. At that time, they were about $85 on average. And I would say, would you take $37.42? I offered them everything I had. I held nothing back. And it took almost 2 years of doing that. When I got up to about $60, one lady said, let me talk to your mother, which to me meant I'm going to get a dog today. And that's exactly what happened. Well, I had my first litter when I was about 16. There were 3 puppies in the litter. I had to give one up as a breeder's term puppy and buy the mother. And we finished one puppy out of the 3. And he went on to win 3 specialties himself, so he was a very nice dog. And we're probably very fortunate that we had reasonable success quickly. But we also worked at it. We worked at learning, and we practiced. And we worked at training, we worked at the handling. You know, we made an effort. I like the atmosphere of the dog show. I feel comfortable at a dog show. I feel like I belong there. I showed in junior showmanship. And junior showmanship back then wasn't pre-entry. You entered, they'd announce on the PA system, junior showmanship will be in ring 4 at 3:30 or 4 o'clock. It was always at the end of the day. Bulldogs always showed in the morning. So my mother and I were always at the dog shows all day long. Most shows we went to, we stayed through Best in Show. So we got to know lots of people, and we got to watch lots of people. And when I think of the benefit of watching the professional handlers, why were they so good? And if you'd watch people like Jane and Bob Forsyth, they were so good because they understood what they were doing. Their handling was flawless. And you realize they didn't just automatically know how to do this one day. They worked at it, and they became excellent. I've always found the dog people are really good at sharing stuff, at talking to each other, at helping each other. And that was especially true when I was young, but it hasn't changed as I've grown. I like that I've bred a lot of champions. I've bred 231 champions, which is more than 100 more than anybody else in Bulldogs. That's nowhere near as big a deal to me as I've had 9 all-breed Best in Show winners, and they've won 99 Best in Shows, which is also #1 in our breed. And I've had 44 specialty winners, and they've won 589 specialty shows. That's #1 in our breed. That impresses me. As far as the important wins for me, they would be all the firsts. I could clearly remember the first points we won. It was September 6, 1963. That's how clearly I can remember it. It was Rockland County Kennel Club. Got winner's bitch, the first points, and I smiled all day long. I couldn't have been more pleased. First time we won a specialty was a big deal. The first time we won a non-sporting group was a big deal. The first time we won an all-breed Best in Show was a big deal. The first time we won the national specialty, it was a big deal. The first time we won the breed at the Westminster was a big deal. In fact, most of the times we've won the breed at the Westminster, it felt like a big deal. I don't think the winning, though, is the important thing in what we've done. I think it's the striving, the trying to be better. I don't start with any goals at all, except I want to have a better dog than I've ever had before. I want to get better. Sometimes that works, and sometimes it doesn't. Winning is not a goal. Winning is just the result of the work along the way, and sometimes just luck. I think one of the things that's been helpful for me is I'm very clinical in breeding. I never go in with the idea, I'm going to breed this bitch to this dog, and I'm going to keep a puppy or a certain number of puppies. I go in with, I'm going to breed this dog to this bitch to this dog, and then I'm going to see what the puppies look like. I would like to breed better dogs constantly. And the truth of the matter is, at the end of your life, it's not a big deal whether you had a lot of winning dogs. It's not a big deal if you bred a lot of winning dogs. It's a big deal if you contributed to a positive life for everybody involved, to yourself. I've made tons of friends. I've known many, many people, many, many dogs. There's no question the dog show world has enriched my life enormously.